Hi kiddos! Okay, so today in math we're going to continue talking about 3D shapes. So yesterday I know that you watched a brain pop video about what 3D shapes are, okay? So this week I'm going to do a new shape each day with you, okay? So before we get started, I want to ask you who remembers what a vertex is. Oh man, that's a really big word. What does it mean for it to have a vertex? Does anybody know? That's right, a vertex is a fancy word for corners, okay? So then on a 3D shape, we also have edges, okay? So edges are where two faces meet, okay? So now you're thinking, what is a face? Well, a face is a flat side, okay? So for example, if I was looking at a cube, okay, so do we see how this is a flat side, how it can just stay right here? It has flat sides, and so an edge is where two of those flat sides meet, okay? So this right here is an edge, okay? So what we're going to talk today is we're going to talk about a cone, okay? Does everybody see my cone? Okay, so I want you to look at this cone, see it? And I want you to think to yourself, how many vertices does this cone have? Does anybody know? One. You're right. Right here. This is a vertex, okay? Right here. Now, let's think, are there any edges on here? Remember, an edge is where two faces meet. Well, first of all, let's look. Do we even have any faces on this shape? That's right, we have one face. So an edge is where two faces meet together. Well, how many faces do we have on this shape? We just have one. So are there any edges on this shape? Ooh, tricky. No, we have no edges. So we have one vertex, we have one face, and we have 0 edges. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you on over here. So let me flip this. Hang on. Okay, so we're going to come over here. So remember, we have our 3D shapes. Okay, so over here we have the name, we have edges, we have vertices, and we have faces. So our first shape today we're going to learn about is the cone. And does anybody remember how many edges we said it had? Does anybody remember? That's right, it has 0 edges, okay? Now let's come over here to vertices. Does anybody remember how many vertices the cone had? That's right, it has 1 vertex. Okay, so now let's look back over. How many faces does it have? Dun, da, da, da. That's right, it just has 1 face. Okay, so let's take a step back. And there is our first shape. So our shape today is a cone. See you tomorrow to learn more about 3D shapes. Bye, guys.